Going on, buddy?
Nothing. I got you all fired up for the podcast.
Yeah, you got me fired up, all right.
Yeah. Perks of being a fantasy football manager. I think I got a lot to learn already.
It's not an easy job.
Make sure we take care of the waiver priority rules before the draft. Jeez, and I'm just trying to be as fair as possible. I just want to communicate with everybody. I just don't want to piss a bunch of people off. Steve Seifert, he's got the last pick. He's saying it is what it is, but he would like to have the first waiver. You know that, and you're right. That statement is solid. Is basically the last round of the draft is not as valuable as the first waiver priority pick. So,
Look, and I like Jake, and I don't have a problem with him, but his argument is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Just because he had the last pick in the draft, like in round 18, is not a reason for why he should be the first waiver priority. That's just insane.
yeah, I just the reason why I went with it is because that's how our league is done in the other league. So, I mean, that's the only reason. And then the other league is reverse inverse standing. So I really have only been involved with a rolling waiver the way he's done it.
The best way to do it, for future reference, is FAB, free agent acquisition budget. That way everybody gets a shot and you bid a certain amount on any waiver guy you want every week. And that way you don't have to deal with waivers. And if you want to spend 20% of your FAB on a guy and nobody else wants to spend that much, then you get the guy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we do that next year because
definitely. It'll definitely solve this problem.
And before we started this league, I literally asked everybody, if they had any questions or concerns, or I guess it's my job to bring up the questions and concerns that nobody can think of at that time, and that's one of them: waivers. We're literally on Tuesday night, going on here Tuesday night waiver. That's why I had to give it a time limit. I was like, you got to vote by 9:30 because I'm not going to be up all night waiting for votes. I was like, Steve, whip the votes, man. I'll be your fifth pick or fifth vote if you need me, but because I get a better draft pick too, but I'm not trying to. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going after a guy that nobody else is going after, so.
It doesn't matter to you because I paid for your spot. I'm $100 into this league. I'm $100 into this league. I'm twice as invested as anybody in this league.
I think I got a good team. I see what you're saying. Jake's got a good team. He's got the first pick in the draft and he gets the first waiver. I got
you.
All right.
That's crazy. Anyways, enough of that.
All right. Welcome to Picnic Sports Podcast. Talking some fantasy football here. Perks of being a manager. Trying to connect you to a better sports community. We got a lot of news broadcasters are basically pitching the same old media agenda. We're trying to do something a little different here, right, Steve?
We're not the fake sports news. We're the real sports news. Picnic Sports, where you come to get your real sports news.
I love it. So I did make a quick agenda for today.
I didn't read any of it, just a heads up. So you just fire the questions out and I'll answer them.
All right, so what do I got going on here? There it is. All right, so week 1 reactions and feedback. My Giants lost last night. Daniel Jones had like a 13-14 play drive. Steve, you have no idea. I was nervous the entire time he was making the drive. The entire time. I was like, I can't believe they play actions again. They didn't hand the ball off. They kept giving Daniel Jones the ball, and I was like, and he kept making plays. So I was like, okay, good. But one of these times he's going to make a mistake. And he didn't make a mistake. And I was like, oh my God, they're getting so close to this awesome drive, and they hand the ball off to Barkley. I was like, thank God I can breathe for a second. They hand the ball off to Barkley. He actually had a decent gain, 1st and goal.
Yeah.
And now it's second and goal, and I was like, just hand the ball off 3 more times and get in the end zone. I know Pittsburgh had a good defense, and I know he was negative yardage up until that, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I was literally holding my breath, and it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. He turned the ball over under the forced pressure. He was going for Slayton in the back of the end zone. He had his guy, his arm got hit. I mean,
yeah. Bud Dupree got some good pressure on him there.
Yeah, it could have been a good fuck. For all I know, Slayton could have caught that ball if he had a free throw. But yeah, I was pretty much holding my breath the entire. I even was saying to myself, I was not to myself. I was screaming in my living room. I wanted Joe Judge to call a timeout. I mean, you got 3 of them. You got a good drive going. Calm the young quarterback down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you got this. Let's put it in the end zone. That's what I would have done, but I don't know. That kind of changed the whole game. What do you think? I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers are for real. Their defense is crazy. TJ Watt.
Yeah, I think their offense played great. Ben Roethlisberger looks good. He's a little slow, but I'm sure he'll get his legs back under him here in a few weeks of gameplay. And I really like Juju had a monster game. Deontay Johnson led the Steelers for the target share, so he should have a monster fantasy season coming up here. What's his name? Connor got hurt, so they say that he's not ruled out for this weekend, but he hasn't been healthy for a while now. He seems to get banged up pretty easily. So I don't know what they're going to do at the running back position. They've got 2 guys there, but whether they go to a 50-50 committee with those guys or give Benny Snell a shot, I don't know. But the Steelers look good. I like the Steelers going forward. They should give the Ravens a run for their money in that division.
Yeah, you did take them because I completely forgot about them, honestly. And then I was like, maybe you got me thinking, Steve, why did I leave the Steelers out? And that goes along with our coach's kind of legacy thing with Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger. See if he can get another championship while he's still got Roethlisberger.
Yeah, but he's got this is probably one of the last seasons he got. You can't expect to be better next season than you are this season with a quarterback that's 38 years old. So you kind of got to go this year if you're going to go.
Yeah, and so you look at this list, and I updated it. I included Sean McDermott, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Doug Peterson, just because these guys are kind of up and coming, and the quarterbacks that they have now are supposed to be franchise quarterbacks. You know, Sean McVay's got a really high draft pick, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, with Sean McDermott.
Let's put Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz in the hot seat. If they come out and play bad and lose to the Rams, you can take them right out of this because he's going to have no coaching legacy. That's terrible. Philly's a fucking train wreck.
You didn't like the offensive production the first half?
Dude, I loved it. Okay, so my Sunday, I'm in this stupid kickball league that plays at 3, 4, and 5. And it plays for 3 more weeks. So the first few weeks of football season is always tough. I'm always leaving in the middle of games, right? So I'm watching Red Zone. I've got the Eagles game on the other TV. And we go up 17-0. We look great. The defensive line pressure is there, but, we're dealing with it. We're taking some sacks, but we're getting down the field. We're scoring touchdowns. So I'm like, all right, 3 o'clock, got to go play kickball. 17-0. What can go wrong? We're going into the half. There's a minute and a half, 2 minutes left in the half. We're going to go in the half up 17-0, maybe 20-0 if we get a field goal. I leave. Come back. We're down 24-17, and we're 4.5, 5 minutes left of the game, and Carson Wentz is fumbling the football. I had no idea what happened. I had to go back and watch the highlights and look at the game score. And you gotta be kidding me. Carson Wentz just lost it. I don't know what happened. The pressure got to him. He got happy feet, couldn't throw the ball away, and took 8 sacks. Oh my God.
You got to give credit to the defensive front of the Washington Redskins, though. They look pretty good. Chase Young is definitely worth the first round pick.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, that was a really bad matchup for our beat up offensive line for week 1. So you got to hope going forward that we make the right decisions with our offensive line and some guys get healthy. And this is kind of just a bump on the road for us, but this is one of the first times I'm questioning Carson Wentz as a as a fan. Like, I've always had his back. I love the dude. I love his passion. I love the way he extends plays, and I've always said that taking him over Foles was the right pick. But if he if he doesn't learn to throw the ball away under pressure, then he's going to continue to take sacks. He's going to continue to take hits that are unnecessary. He's going to continue to get hurt, and he's going to continue to not finish seasons. And that sucks because I want him to be successful as an Eagles quarterback. I don't know. Jalen Reagor looked really good. I think he's going to be a good first-round pick and finally deliver for the wide receiver core.
Yeah, that's good. One of the things I wanted to bring up was Zach Ertz and his being outshone by Goddard. And I think Ertz is in contract disputes or contract talks. And they, obviously Philadelphia wants to have both of them, but they might have to part way with Ertz next year, or if they don't come to the contract agreement. But Goddard's 100 yards and a touchdown, so he might be the guy to own in Philadelphia. Yeah, I know you got a lot of heart in the Eagles. That's tough, especially the Cowboys lost, the Giants lost, so it's not. I mean, we can still. The division's going to be terrible. We're going to beat up on each other. It's just how it is every year.
Yeah, there's no chance that we get a wild card spot this year. The only playoff team we're going to have is the division winner. And we're both in pretty good shape because Washington's not going to win more than 6 games, right? So the fact that they're in first with one win is just like being 0-0, right?
I think I don't want to say that anymore. I think people are underestimating Washington and the culture change that they're having. I think their defense is really good, and Haskins was a first-round quarterback talent. I know the Giants passed on him for Daniel Jones, which I still agree with, but Haskins.
Time out. First off, they played a really, really bad Eagles team, and their scoring drives were all less than 50 yards. They all started on our side of the field because of turnovers or whatever happened. I didn't watch most of the game, and our defense should have been better, should have made some stops. I know what you're saying about we're underestimating Washington, but let's not overestimate them either. They played a bad Eagles team, and an Eagles team that is prone to making bad teams look good. Like, we lost to Miami last year in a fight for the division, like a game that we needed to win, and we couldn't beat Miami last year. So
I got you.
I'm not sold on Washington just because they beat the Eagles in Week 1. We're not that good. We're not that good.
This is what overreaction Monday and Tuesday is all about, though. So, what else caught your eye this past weekend? We had Tom Brady lose. Everybody's jumping ship on Tampa because they lost to a really good New Orleans team. I didn't expect them to win that game, anyways. And I still take them.
I jumped ship on Tampa before that game.
I know. I don't think it's wise. I think they get it together. Mike Evans wasn't completely healthy, but I think he's fine. He caught a fucking touchdown pass. Motherfucker's hurt with a hamstring injury, and he catches a touchdown pass. He's going to be more involved next week. They'll figure out the running. New Orleans is a good team. Brady made some really uncharacteristic interceptions. One that went for 6 the other way. I'm not counting them out just yet.
Brady also has to deal with an undisciplined team like he's never had before in his life. I don't know what happened on that kickoff, but there's no reason why the Saints should have recovered it. The kickoff after the face mask that made it a short kickoff, and so they did that sky kick to the sideline. Like, that would have never happened in New England. So he's gonna have to deal with that all season.
Yeah. I think they can overcome it. Let's see what happens in Carolina this weekend, all right?
Yes, sir.
They might be in Tampa, though. I don't know. All right. Also, some other notes I had. Jets really missed Jamal Adams. Man, was Jamal Adams flying around in Seattle, knocking heads, man. He was having a lot of fun, while the Jets were getting their asses kicked by the Buffalo Bills. What did you think of that game? Did you have a chance to watch that 1 o'clock game?
Yeah, I was on the Red Zone channel, so it kept coming up when Josh Allen was making his highlight plays. I really like Josh Allen this year. I love his ability to run, and I love the Bills. I love him in that offense. Stephon Diggs really helped the passing game. If Josh Allen has a Lamar Jackson type efficiency passing year, he's going to be top 3 in fantasy. He'll be right behind Lamar and Pat Mahomes because he's got the rushing skills, and sure, he's inaccurate from time to time, but he can put the ball on a rope and sling it down the field. And with Diggs going deep, man, that's deadly.
Yeah, they got John Brown involved too on a short little screen play that I liked. I think the play calling was really well. And who knew Zach Moss could catch the ball? I thought he was just a kind of like a big running back between the tackles, but apparently he can be used all over.
Dude, Devin Singletary is done. That's Zach Moss's backfield.
I love it. I like it.
Also, Josh Allen can't fumble the ball though, because if they weren't playing the Jets, those 2 turnovers would have been bad. So he's got to hold on to the ball. Let's hope he gets that out of his system, a little first week jitters, and he secures the ball when he's getting hit on those runs.
All right. Yeah. So I was trying to hide my tweet early in the morning. I was like Jets plus 6.5. I was trying to make up for my Houston and Kansas City bet, and I was trying to bury the tweet. I was like, what was I thinking?
So did you see my five team parlay lost because of the fucking Detroit game?
We'll get into that. We'll get into the parlay. I want to get into our winners and losers for that. I did want to give you some credit for the Jags love. Minshew, man, very, very efficient. 19 for 20, 95% completion, 3 touchdowns. Looks like dude. Do they even want to tank and get Trevor Lawrence? Are they happy with Minshew? I mean,
dude, I love Minshew.
Yeah, I give you credit for that one. Nobody saw that coming. You know how many survivor pools lost this weekend because of that? A ton, probably.
Yeah, a whole bunch. My work survivor pool had like 13 people go out because of that game.
I love it. I love it. You know, you can't. Those divisional games are tough, and you're right. I mean, Minshew's got this kind of like he's suave, man. He moves around good, and he's just out there having fun. It's almost like backyard football. It seems like, you know.
Yeah, man, he's playing with house money. He's got nothing to lose. He really doesn't. The team is tanking for Lawrence or whatever they're doing, so like he knows his future's not there. It's just a highlight reel for the next team, and so he's just out there trying to sling the ball.
Gardner Minshew balling, love it. Aaron Rodgers playing like a god, dude. Drafting Love lit a fire under his ass. Some of these throws he's making are like, I don't know how he puts it there. I mean, we've seen him make these throws, sideline catches to tight ends on the run. I mean, we've seen him do it. He's just doing it. He just keeps doing it. And this game against a good Minnesota team that we thought was good, crazy.
Yeah, crazy. I'm happy I got Devontae Adams in like 3 or 4 fantasy leagues. That worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping there was some rumors of OBJ being traded. I kind of hope he goes to Green Bay. I know they don't. I mean, that would help Rodgers, right? I mean,
OBJ is not going to Green Bay. That's wild.
All right. Moving on. Cam Newton and Josh McDaniels, offensive scheme, very successful. I thought it was great to watch. So did everybody else. And the same question comes up all over the media. Can he keep it going? Can he do it without being hurt? You know, I mean, yes, he can. He's done it. He been hurt? Has he been hurt? But yes, he runs for touchdowns all season long. I mean, and here's the thing what I liked about his rushing. They were designed runs, and I didn't see him take a lot of big shots. He was being tackled from behind. He went down.
The one big shot he took was on that one touchdown run where he was going to the pylon. Yes. But other than that one, they look pretty tame, pretty easy hits that he had to absorb. Efficient
runs.
Yeah, definitely.
He got the 7 yards that they wanted, or he got the first down that he wanted, and he went down. He's not trying to, it's almost like a running back between the tackles running versus open field trying to make people miss, and that's how you get hurt.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's talk about our parlays. I went 3 for 5. By the way, we're never betting on a Thursday game, so we're going to be doing our parlays on Friday from now on. Thursdays are trap games, and I was trapped. I thought 9 points would be good for Houston.
I tried to warn you. To warn you.
I know you did. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these teams need to figure out who they are, and one of them is Houston. I don't think they know who they are yet. They know they're Deshaun Watson, and that's it. Without Hopkins.
I think they are who they've always been. They're a team that wants to run the ball. They've been that way since Bill O'Brien's been the coach. You know, you think back to Arian Foster and then all the guys that they've had since Arian Foster. They are no names, but they still hand the ball off 300 times a year to nobody. So now they got David Johnson. He's the biggest name there since Arian Foster. They want to do that. But the problem is now they're limiting their passing upside without having Hopkins. Like, if they could have gotten David Johnson and kept Hopkins, that would have been ideal. I know that's like a fantasy world where it wouldn't exist, but like they had to get rid of their number one wide receiver threat to get a guy that they liked handing the ball off to a lot. And, you know, it's shoot yourself in the foot, and you didn't really gain anything. Because Will Fuller is nice, but he's not Hopkins.
Yeah, and he's not Cook. He's not Cooks. Cooks is not Hopkins either. Hopkins having a good debut, 14 catches or something like that, and Arizona wins.
And almost got a touchdown, yeah.
Crazy. Kyler Murray having a huge run that we see him do in college, pulling off that victory. Arizona's scary. I got their kicker. I got a little piece of that offense on my fantasy team.
I have Chase Edmonds on every fantasy team, so I'm just waiting for Kenyon Drake to shit the bed like he always does. Chase Edmonds season, maybe.
I also took Chicago, which I actually got that parlay, +3 divisional game.
Oh my God.
Bears with a better defense, I get points. Mr. Trubisky, 3 touchdowns, all in the fourth quarter. I think it was all the fourth quarter. All the fourth quarter, baby. It's good to be a Chicago Bears fan. Matt Nagy was on the some talk show, and he sounded happy.
I don't know how he can be happy. Do you see the way they won that game? They lost that game.
Tenacity. They never give up. Perseverance.
They lost that game. Matt Stafford threw the game-winning touchdown. And for some reason, DeAndre Swift thought he had to turn and run 20 more yards. All he had to do was catch the ball and fall down. That was wild. He turned upfield and dropped the game-winning touchdown pass in the end zone. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It's
crazy.
It happens.
It's worse than the Des Bryant reaching for the pylon drop. It's worse than that because there was nobody on him. He was wide open in the end zone and turned upfield like he had to run 20 more yards and didn't catch the ball. Insane.
My question for you, Steve, are you changing your NFC North champion? You still
No.
going with Detroit?
100%. I had him losing 3 or 4 games early, but winning a lot late.
All right.
I did not expect them to lose this game, so they're going to have to make it up somewhere down the road, but I still got them. Let's go Detroit. They got Green Bay next. That's the upset of the week.
All right, so my other loss out of my 3 out of 5 that I won was Miami +6.5 because Cam Newton's a beast. I did win Washington +6, divisional game, scary good defense. And then I got Denver last night, 2.5, dude, 2.5, the half points. I got Denver.
Denver had 2?
2.5. They lost by 2 points.
They lost by 2, so you won. All right, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even stay up for the game, but I heard it was pretty boring. But I think Locke looked pretty good. Noah Fant, tight end. Sutton's hurt, but he'll be back. And Melvin Gordon got his first touchdown on that team. So,
yeah, that Denver offense looks really nice. I'm really like high on Locke this year. And when Sutton gets back, Jerry Jeudy looked great. Had a couple drops, but for the most part, when he got the ball and got in space, man, that dude's fast.
Yeah. Some of these wide receivers are coming in already pro. CeeDee Lamb looked good Sunday night. I didn't see a lot of Jefferson. Ruggs looked good. Speedy.
You know who else, so you know who else looked good in the Raiders game? Nelson Aguilar.
So funny.
The old exile from Philly couldn't catch a ball to save his life, but he caught a nice over the shoulder deep ball from Derek Carr.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know who it was until the announcer was like, and that's Nelson Aguilar. And I'm like, wild.
It's so funny because I talked Robbie in our league of dropping Nelson Aguilar and he scores, and I talked him into dropping Willie Snead and he fucking scored. Because I don't know, it's crazy. Fantasy football is crazy. How did you do on your parlays? What was your record for the 5 games?
I went 4-1.
Nice.
I had what? I didn't have it pulled up, but I had Jaguars, Bills, I think. Thinking this off the top of my head. This is the problem with having my parlays on my phone and then recording with my phone.
Oh, I'm using my phone now too. I got an app for it because the quality of my computer is terrible now. I don't understand.
Oh, Arizona. I had Arizona in the parlay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the Titans. But I got the Titans when they were underdogs in my parlay. So I won that because they won.
All right. Next time, Steve, write your shit down on a piece of paper, all right?
Dude, that's wild.
I don't want you to be coming in here saying you went 4-1. You can't even name off the teams that you got.
I will send you the screenshot. I will send you the screenshot, and you can throw it up here as a graphic in the middle of this video. I know you've got those editing skills.
All right. So Steve's got me.
I got the Detroit pick wrong, but I got it right because I was right.
All right. So Steve's got me 4-1. I'm 3 out of 5, so he's one game above. He's one game over me. He's got 4 wins. I got 3 right picks. Let's try to Friday. We'll do our next week's parlay and see if I can come out on top this week.
Can I go off the dome here for a second?
Yeah, you do it.
I'm in a pick'em league, and it's straight up. It's not with the spread, so it's kind of bullshit. But and it's for work. And I wasn't gonna do it, but after the Chiefs Texans game, I was like, you know what? This kind of feels like real football. I'm kind of excited. Screw it. I'll just take an L this week. I won't do the Chiefs game because I already missed it. But I'll throw my money in and I'll pick for the rest of the week. If I would have picked the Chiefs game because I would have picked the Chiefs, I would have won the league. I would have won the week and I would have won $100. I was in second place and I was only down by like 2 points. I'm so butthurt about that. I couldn't believe that I was that close, and that just because I didn't get to pick that first game that I lost.
All right, we're coming up on the half an hour here. I think it was a pretty good show as far as our reactions of the first week. Excited for week 2, guys. Follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow me and Steve on Twitter. We normally live tweet the games.
Wait, are you signing off right now?
Yeah, about 2 minutes. Why, you got something?
Well, yeah, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You, on our last episode, said that the Clippers should close out the Nuggets here. And
I know.
And they're playing tonight for the season.
I know. And I almost want to take the Nuggets to win this. I thought for sure it'd be LA for LA. Crazy Game 7, right? Jamal Murray is a madman, and that big guy in the center, is anybody as big as him?
I have no idea. So here's my parlay for the night.
Court. Okay.
Here's my parlay for the night. Miami plus 1.5, Denver plus 7.5, under in Game 7, plus 597. 6-1 odds. Take that all day.
All right. Write that down. Send it over to me. I'll plug it in.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining Picking Sports. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter handles, Neil the Seal and Steve Weil. We'll get the shot.
Wild125. Wild125.
Wild125. So thanks, guys. Friday's podcast, we'll do our parlays and talk about our week 2 expectations. So see you guys then.
All right, man. Later.